We are going to talk about another game that went on Kickstarter the very same day
And is also very cute.
and is also very cute. Um, we do have a special guest with us, of course, and we're going to talk about this wonderful project. And this lady absolutely needs no introduction, so let's just bring her on, shall we? Oh, that's the wrong one.
It's not our bud. That's still,
there we go. Hold on.
No, it's still messed
There we
up.
go. Hold on. There we go. There she is.
Now there's a face.
Yes, we have a face.
Yay.
With us is AnnaMaria from Violet Daisy Games. So glad to see you, friendo. We were talking before stream. We literally have not seen each other in forever.
I haven't seen y'all since Thanksgiving, and
that's right. It's been since last Thanksgiving for you, and I think since Terminal City for me.
Yeah, I think so. Since March.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So anyway, great to see you as always. Yes. You are doing amazing things with Violet Daisy Games, up and coming indie publisher. You've already got one Kickstarter under your belt, and now you're tackling your second. How has that been for you? Has it just been like an absolute whirlwind? Are you enjoying it?
I'm still enjoying it. The Kickstarter process is still a little fraught. I don't think that'll ever change, and I'm sure everyone would tell you that. But development on these games, y'all, it is amazing because I have been just so gifted to work with some amazing folks. I'm thrilled.
Oh, I know, and we might need a broom to sweep up some of these names, but you know, all the wonderful people you are working with, and more importantly, your newest project, Epilogue, from the amazing Emma Larkins, is just one of them. And I was really excited when I got to see this and help you demo it at Terminal City Con last March, and you have to tell us the story, because didn't this have like a few iterations before it kind of ended up as Epilogue?
Yeah. So Emma actually started developing this something like 7 or 8 years ago. And then I actually met Emma through this game. Well, okay, that's not entirely true. I met Emma in person via this game. We'd met before when I was still doing content. I interviewed her for one of the Pieces and Girls Game Shelf. But I finally got a chance to meet her at Origins in I'm wanting to say 2019. And this is the game we played. It just wasn't called Epilogue. It was at the time it was called And Then We Died. So fast forward 2.5 years, Emma and I are friends at this point. I decided to start Violet Daisy, and she was the first person that I told about it. And I was like, if you have any game designs, and she's like, well, actually. So yeah, from there we started working on it, brought Arnell on board to do the art. He was in we brought together like a mood board of mid-century modern kind of things, but then we were like, just go crazy, whatever you think. And he came up with all the ghosties. Estefania is our graphic designer and came up with kind of the look of everything. It's been the smoothest development process, and it's just so fun to go to meetings because it's like all these great big ideas and everybody executes. It's just so cool.
Yeah, totally agree. And just a simple fact that, you know, when you told me about this game, that didn't y'all develop an algorithm that you can come up with just about any 3 to 7 letter word in the English language? Like, how did that come about, and why like that specific like frame?
Emma wrote a algorithm, like you say. I'm not 100% sure how she did it because that is beyond my capabilities, but I think she wanted to play with the idea that in language you really have these little blops of sounds that form words, and we string the same ones together for lots and lots of different words. So when you break it down, so in the game currently, there are 29 total cards. They're back and front. Each card has 5 to 7 fragments on it, but with it, you can form every 3 to 7 word in the entire language.
That's so cool.
I know that's it's like so far above my head, but when you just
right?
wrap your mind around it, the fact which is just 29 cards, you can do that. That's just genius. For lack of a better term. Like it's just such a marvel. Like, how did somebody not come up with that before? That's got to be something super unique.
I think it is. I think Emma's a genius, though. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, she designed some great games, so I gotta give her credit where credit is due, of course.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You have anything you want to ask about the game, my dear?
I was gonna ask. I was just gonna say before you so rudely interrupted. Not that you even saw. I opened my mouth and you started talking. I was like, never mind. But James said working with the world's best peeps, and I will say I had no idea what this game was about. Like the very first time I heard about it, but Joe was like Emma Larkins, Arnell, and I was like, done. He's like, there's more, and I was like,
I know. I didn't even get to Estefania, and Abby's like, yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, and then he goes, Estefania. I'm like, I mean, I already was in, but now I'm super in. Like, these are all of some of my favorite people in the board game world. Yeah, I'm in. Okay.
Yeah, it's been great. They've been so supportive. They've been supported through the whole process for me. So good.
But I was thinking, like, maybe this is just because I've been doing a lot of homework about things like this. This would actually be really good for like English, like ESL type things, or
oh yes,
just any sort of English assistance type needs.
Yeah,
the fact that it's super portable and just. That was my first thought, but that's because I've been doing a lot of.
Yeah, no, and obviously that's going to be another thing we're going to talk about. And while we talk to it, let me go to the right screen now. actually show off the game. Now that I know what I'm doing, y'all, I'm rusty. Please forgive me. But anyway, so this is Epilogue, and again, just. The art on these cards are just fantastic. Arnell just blew it out of the water. Like, just such amazing design.
So cute.
Yeah, I don't like even if I was just looking at this from the outside in, I'm just like, that is stinking adorable.
If y'all have not seen Ghosty Wayne, that's my favorite ghost. I am not even gonna like try to hide that little Hockey Wayne ghost is my favorite ghost.
Oh my goodness.
And Joe like brought it home like a little was it
the temporary tattoo? The
temporary tattoo, and I was like, this is my most treasured item. I don't even know what to do with it, and so I have it sitting somewhere because I'm like, I don't want to use it, but I love it.
I only have you have one of the very few. I have one left. That's it.
You have one left? Oh, you have to because you only made like what 50 or 100 of those.
I think we made like 100. Yeah, they were going to be limited edition for TCTC, and they went. I mean, it was kind of a hot commodity.
I mean, come on. Wayne Gretzky is a ghost. Like, how could you not love that?
What if I just get it tattooed
if anybody can see that?
I mean, you might have to talk to AnnaMaria for some licensing rights, but
I'll just send it. I'll send a very professional email to be like, dear AnnaMaria and Arnell, can I please tattoo Wayne on me? Thank you. Goodbye.
and you just have a walking billboard.
Yeah.
There you go. There's the trade-off.
I mean, to be fair, there's another game. I think it's like a mobile game. I don't know. I found him at Geek Girl Con last year, but they had the cutest little. Is like a little pumpkin, but he had a very grumpy face on him, and he was almost like a mandrake body from like Harry Potter. Like that's my hilarious. Child showed it to me, and I was like, I walked up to the booth, and I'm like, how frowned upon is it if I get this tattooed on me? And the guy's like, nobody's ever asked us that before, but please do and send us pictures. So it's on my list of tattoos to get because it was just, he was such a grumpy little Gus looking thing. I'm like, I need that as a part of my soul.
That's amazing. I love it.
Yeah. So anyway, so this is Epilogue. So just out of curiosity, is this kind of going to be what the final product's gonna look like, or is there still like improvements being made while y'all go into like production?
Insofar as the deck, this is pretty close to what we're going to have at the end. I think the major change, Emma, I think, noticed that there are a couple of fragments we just want to switch with each other. And then during the Kickstarter, we have 8 of this tier left. People can actually pledge to have Arnell make them into a ghosty and then be put into the actual game. So not only will you get a ghosty of yourself, yeah, you'll get in the game forevermore. If it gets reprinted, if it gets expansions, I mean, and it will go to retail too. We've already got some retail interest.
Oh,
You'll
you
be
may,
there, and your story will be in the art and storybook that'll be included with the game as well. So, yeah.
as Abby goes for their phone.
You see nothing.
But yeah, if y'all want to check out the campaign, it is live now. The link's there in chat, so feel free, go there, check it out, back it because you should. Just like Time Roller has. Hello, friendo. But yeah, so I want to see Abby's like live reaction here as they go to the Kickstarter page and see if this is actually going to happen. So everybody gets to sit here with bated breath.
No pressure or anything. As my, oh my good gravy.
Oh, now you can't type the word epilogue.
No, I can. My phone just doesn't want to respond to my freaking fingers.
All right, we're about to get a live reaction here, folks. Let's see what Abby thinks of this tier.
Do it, Abby.
How
Press the
much
button.
does a kidney go for?
Ooh, how much does a kidney go for? What, about 50 G's on the black market?
Oh, so then I could definitely. I don't need that one. If I did not just drop a ridiculously disgusting amount of money on my very ghetto car, I would do this. But just know I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna leave the webpage open. It's not gonna get closed because that's it.
Well, good thing you have a couple weeks to make up your mind.
Exactly.
All right, let's get into this, shall we?
Yeah.
All right, so AnnaMaria, you want to give us the breakdown, like how the game works, like what we're doing here?
Yeah, so Joe's got the game, or at least the deck, completely laid out here. And the beauty of this is you're looking at the majority of the teach. There will be a full rules page that'll get into a little bit more of the details and the nuances, but you can actually play this game and learn it at the same time. So you don't have to have someone be the dedicated rules learner and rules teacher. The idea is you're creating a cooperative story, and you will just walk through your cards, lay the first one on the table, connect one to form the word connect, start your story. Well, you'll point to someone else at the table and they will start their story. And then when they finish, they have a little bee hanging out here. They can form either bank or bat and continue with the story. From here, you can either continue with these cards, or if you feel like you've learned everything you need to, you can start over with the full deck. But this is it. This is, I think, something that I really appreciate about Emma's designs. Much like with Banana Artichokes, they're very accessible. It doesn't take but maybe a couple of minutes to teach anyone this game. We've done hundreds of demos at this point. I think our longest teach is about 3 minutes. So you're in. Your grandma can play this. Your kids can play this. You can teach about anybody to play this.
I like that.
Yeah, that's I really like, and honestly, these rule cards, like, are you going to include these in the game too, or is that just going to be on top of the rule book?
These cards will, these will absolutely be in the game. So, so you honestly, so something that got suggested to us right before the Kickstarter started, and I threw in last second, is we're actually included in as well for the Kickstarter backers a little tiny jute bag that will be printed with epilogue and stuff, and will hold the entire deck for you. So if you don't want to bring the box and the books and everything else with you, you can just shove the cards, no rules, anything, just the cards into the bag, throw it in your bag or your pocket, and have Cards Will Travel. So it's its own travel edition.
That is fantastic, and I do love this idea of having these cards like not only have like just the basic rules, but actually show the game. Like, I think this is a brilliant idea. Like, really simple, very approachable. Like, I absolutely love this.
Also, Ghosty Emma is saying you should connect your bank account to me and give me your money so that I can become a ghost in this game.
Yeah, we should point out, and that all three of you, at least the three major players, are on the rule cards, which is absolutely cute. So, by design, or just like, hey, we're sticking our faces first and foremost because we can.
I I wish I could say that I had more to do with that, but actually, it was Steph who did a lot of the card layout, and this is what we wound up with. I think it's fantastic that the three of us are teaching the game. It's so cute.
I support this. But yes, so that's what they said, and the council has voted, and Estefania is in the council because
It doesn't say bank anymore, though.
no, it does. You mixed it up.
No, I
No,
didn't. There's
no.
two options, and
No.
that one's wrong.
That does not exist. Connect your bank account to your potato so that your potato can go spend your money on dumb stuff. But it's not dumb because it's supporting our friends. So there you go.
I know. It's supporting our friends. But yeah, I mean, again, real simple rules, and like I said, just so much variety. The fact that you double sided the cards, like even from like an environmental standpoint, like such a small footprint, and that's big in the industry these days.
That's always been important to me, and the idea when I was kind of batting around the idea of doing Violet Daisy was how can I make products that are also still good for the world and for the earth. So we don't have any plastic at all inside the box. We have to use shrink because that's kind of still an industry standard. Retailers won't take your game if it's not in shrink. But one day that will not be the case either. But even our tokens on the inside will be made out of wood. So if at one point in the future you decide you don't love it anymore, you can literally put it in the recycle bin and it will disappear in a year or so.
Well, I
So
mean, we hope people don't do that.
Yeah.
I hope
Don't do that.
so too. But it's just like with books. At some point, everything reaches the end of its time,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
I just don't want it to be left over, in an archaeological dig later.
Are
Right.
you going to have any, for lack of a better term, fiddly bits? Or I think I saw like a meeple, but is there any like little itty bitty pieces, or is like this it?
No, the token will be the only kind of a small thing in there. Part of it was because we there is a variation you can play with kids. Instead of doing the whole well, I'm gonna use this with a caveat because the people who usually like really get into the dark themes are like 7-year-olds for whatever reason, because 7-year-olds are dark as
They
hell.
are
But
morbid.
yeah, I mean, they are straight up like, and then the evil fairy stabbed us, and it's whoa, whoa. Uh, but we do have a kids version that's called What Happened Was, and you can just start up any kind of premise, really. Like, why is there a portal in the middle of the living room, or why is the doghouse on the roof? And then you tell the story just like you would via epilogue, only the kids are explaining what wild, wacky shenanigans happened to get to your whatever is the end part of your story. So it was one of the reasons why I didn't want to have a whole lot of little things in there. There's it's danger of things being lost and whatever. And it really just didn't need it. We have one single meeple, and that is Foam Finger Guy, and he is the pointer so that you remember what the last word that was made is, because if
Oh,
you're
I like
like us
that.
and you get to talking while you're playing, you'll forget where you were.
I was just gonna say, I'm gonna like look at it and be like, uh, oh,
Yeah,
well.
and actually, that's a fantastic segue. So I know the whole point is, or at least the official point is the group of people that are playing the game. They're telling the story of how they died, their epilogue, but just the versatility of this is just so much more. And I know we talked a little bit about it at TCTC. I want to talk a little bit about it now, for the simple fact that this could just be so much more. Like, you could use this as like an icebreaker, or you could use it as like an RPG supplement to like get your group started. Like, so many different paths that you could use this. Was that kind of an idea you had while you and Emma kind of came up with Epilogue, or did that just kind of naturally fall into place?
Emma already had like the kids variation kind of really firmly in mind as we were working on this, but some of the other variations, like you said, the role playing game one, have been the more we've played it and the more we've played it with other people. Sometimes people will suggest things, or it'll just kind of the RPG thing in particular came up because while we were at TCTC, we had a lot of people who were like heading to the RPG area, and they'd stop to play and they'd go, this would be a great way for us to describe a death in an RPG, like to play out character death or a party wipe in a really kind of fun and different way rather than just going, rocks fell and y'all died. So that variation definitely was inspired by other folks.
No, I love that, and I'm curious to see how many more uses this game gets other than its intended purpose. Like I'm really excited for that for y'all.
Yeah, me too. And to Abby's point, we actually had someone at TCTC literally said that they wanted to get a copy because they wanted to teach their grandma better English.
Oh, I
So they
remember
were going to
that.
try and play it with her.
Yeah,
Yes, I
that
totally
was
remember
my
that.
first thought. I was just like, oh, this would be super easy, especially like, so like our kid is obviously 13 and in middle school, but there's a lot of not English speakers, or like they do speak some English. And my first thought was like an English class where everybody knows those stupid prompts that you have to write about. Just be like, oh, you're struggling, just pull out the deck, and then like, not only are you, possibly exposing people to new words, also it helps. Like, as a neurodivergent person, I hate stupid writing prompts because either I'm going to go give you a 10-page paper on why this is the best thing ever, or it's going to have like 5 words on it. Like, there's no in between. So like this, I'm just like, this would really help in my homework at times when they're like, write a paper about, and I'll be like, no, I can't.
No,
But
I
this
think
would be
that's a great
helpful.
idea. James actually did a solo journaling experience and put it up on BGG, and it was so
That's
interesting
awesome.
to see.
Oh,
Just
that
like
is
pull
awesome.
a card, see what word comes up. Next part of your story.
Yeah, so let's play a little bit, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it. Obviously you'll have to play for me, but
We
I'm game.
Well, no, because we're gonna do the variant that you taught me. We'll play cards, but we'll figure out who's going to continue the story. That way, you don't need to play
Ooh.
cards because
All
it's
right.
fun that way. So I mean, we'll go until we can't go any further. I mean, obviously, there's going to be a point where some or all of us are going to get some imagination block, but we'll do what we can. So I'll just give Abby a bunch of cards here, and I'll grab a bunch of cards, and I'll tell you what, my dear, you can start us off. So again, the cards are double sided. So go ahead and make a word, and then choose one of us to start the story of why not. We'll stick with the premise because we are doing a Kickstarter thing here. Is how we died.
All right. We have woken up in the great beyond, y'all. The door is there, the sands stretch out for eons, and we are alone. How
Right,
did we get here?
my
What
wallet's
happened?
gone. I got like $6 in my pocket, and I don't know how it got there.
Ale.
You're starting out with one card. You can use more than one card. You can make literally any word.
No. Ale.
You're
That's
just
how we started.
You're just starting
That's
with ale.
how we got here.
Okay, so between the three of us, who's going to start the story with ale?
I mean, I will. Like,
Okay, go for it.
You already set the background of. I'm gonna go with. We had a very long night of drinking ale, lots of ale, more ale. Yeah, I did take your wallet. That's where it definitely ended up. But it's not my fault. It's the ale's fault. And I'm really bad with storing it. This is why I don't play D&D or any of that sort, because like I don't feel like I have a very great imagination. But there, I set up a really good story for you.
You
Well,
really
I
did.
mean,
Ale.
that's kind of the best part of this is you can say as little as much as you want to. So if you are down with just one sentence, just say that
There you
one
go.
sentence. There's no pressure to make it a certain length or to even, infuse a crazy amount of storytelling. You're advancing the story by even just adding one sentence.
Okay, let's see. You know what? I'm gonna go meta here.
All right.
See
Meta.
if I can make this work. Yep, I can. So, AnnaMaria, what can you do with story?
Oh gosh. All right. So I remember before we were drinking the ale, we were out, and we just come to this bomb restaurant. We're like, this night can't end. We really need to go out someplace. So we all pulled out our phone and kind of checked. We're a little too old for clubs. We were looking for something maybe a little bit more posh, maybe a little fancy. And we found a bar that was on the 10th story of one of the buildings in downtown Seattle and was like, "Oh, that sounds really fun." Like they have all these really nice pale ales and stuff, but also, we can see the bay and the boats coming in and things. So that's where we decided to go. We were going to go to that 10th story bar in downtown Seattle.
Oh, okay. All right, my dear, you got a word?
Yeah. Anna Maria brought up the boats that we saw, so I go, hey, look at the mast. And you say,
Oh, wait, wow, way to throw it at me.
you're welcome.
All right, so
I have my moments.
okay, all right, so not necessarily downtown Seattle. We're like at the waterfront, like by the aquarium and such, and of course, there's all like the boats there, and normally cruise ships, but for some reason, it's all pirate ships. I don't know why pirate ships, but just a whole bunch of
It's
pirate ships. Maybe
Seafair
maybe there's a
Weekend.
convention in town or something,
I mean,
and it's we kind of make like the split second decision instead of going to a bar. It's like, let's go drink with these rowdy pirates because that could be super fun, right? And think of the trouble we could get in with pirates and drinking. All right,
I
let's
like
see.
this. I'm endorse this.
I'm absolutely loving this. Okay, I want to see if I have the cards to actually do this because I am going to throw this back to Abby and have some real fun with it. But I gotta have the endings for it, and I don't think I do.
You can, similar to story, you can add on to things that you already have on the table. So if you want to
I
make
know.
something like
Oh, I
water
absolutely.
or layer over it,
Oh yeah, I
go for
absolutely
it.
can. I just don't think I have the cards for it right now, which is fine. I can come up with something else.
I'm
Uh,
scared, y'all.
It's gonna be great.
let's see. I know, totally. Oh wait, I think I have it. Do I have it? Let me see. Yes, I totally do.
Now let me ask you, did you get inspired by the pirate ghosty? Oh, there's another pirate ghosty.
Yeah, and it's funny that it's
Oh my
funny
gosh.
that the pirate's on the card. So, Abby, tell us why this amazing like pirate drinking outing is so fetch.
Well, let me tell you what. First off, that pirate looked at me with the most love in his eyes that I've ever seen, and he was like, "Girl, you look so fetch." And I'm like, "I do not have a man no more." Let me tell you what, Mr. Piratey Dude, you, good sir, are fetch. And Joe was like, exactly.
Thank you, James.
Exactly. And Joe is like, I cannot believe that she just fell for this. And I'm over here like, here's my social security number. Here's my mother's maiden name. Like, you can have all my info, Mr.
Hey,
Fake.
you're giving this pirate everything.
I had some
Hey,
ale.
that's a pirate right there.
I had some ale, and he looked at me like I was just the prettiest thing in the room. And so, I'm sorry, you had to go.
Wow. Okay, fair enough.
Yep.
All right, throw another word out there, and who's going to continue the story?
I think Anna
This
Maria,
is kind of fun so far. I didn't realize it was going to go this way.
Anna Maria is going to try to help you.
Oh
And right
no!
now, she feels very sorry for you.
Oh no! Okay, why are you sorry for me, Anna Maria?
Oh my gosh, I'm mostly just sorry for Abby because I'm like, oh, this is clearly a scam. Like you've been hornswoggled. Like
Yeah.
you don't know, but this guy just wants your information. He's gonna steal your identity and all of our wallets. So I go over and I try and like extract you from the situation and wing woman and everything else, and it's not working. Like you are
I
enthralled.
am.
So I start looking around on the deck for things to like maybe I'll push something over or just cause a big ruckus so that you have to like this guy's got to go maybe fix it or do something so that you
Oh no!
mermaids. I just saw James with the mermaids. That's a good one. So while I'm looking around on the deck of the ship, I see like a stack of like casks, like they're wine or something. And there's a little wedge underneath one. I go stand next to it and I start kicking the wedge from underneath these barrels to see if I can get them to become loose. And now one of you has to make a word.
Oh no. Okay.
This will be great. This is not dangerous at all. Totally try this at home, kids.
No, absolutely. Why
10 out
not?
of 10 do recommend.
When on pirate ship.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What you got?
Okay. All right, Abby. Tell us about the beast that just suddenly showed up.
I mean, I could take that in two different ways, but I'm
Hey,
gonna go
this
with
is. I threw it to you, so this is.
No, I'm gonna put it on the publicly appropriate to state on the internet way, and not the one that I would use my secret account that has no.
Oh boy.
Okay, you know what I read? I read some weird stuff, man.
Come on, you can tell the people that you read smut. It's okay.
I do, like fairy smut too. Anyways, the beast that. On the notes of the Calls of the Mermaids, a nice little kraken tentacle pops up. And the kraken can obviously tell that I am being taken for a fool. And that kraken sees AnnaMaria just out here trying to just rescue my dumb self. And so the beastly little tentacle just goes bloop and knocks everything over. And then the pirate is distracted. All right.
Okay. Distraction done. We've been aided by the kraken.
Okay.
I was gonna say, and Joe, now how do you save me from my?
But do you?
Or do you? Because
I don't know. Yeah. So
I risked it all.
Yeah, you risked it all. You completely ditched me for some pirate who was flashing his booty at you and giving you rum.
Okay.
Or whatever was going on.
My favorite things right there. Like, I've dreamed of a sugar daddy, and this man's out here like, have my booty and my booty, and I'm like, say less.
Yeah, you're right. So I see this huge kraken, and it's coming for you, and the only thing I can think of is, oh my god, I need to save the rum. So I run over. There's like a pile of barrels of rum, and I grab like two of them, and I just jump out of the way while you get taken, underneath the water, and that's how you go.
Wow, thank you. You are so nice to me.
Hey, we're trying to get to the epilogue here, so you taken off the ship by a kraken and drowned. I think that's a good way to go.
Okay.
You know what, Panda? No, this one just ditched me for a pirate. So no, why would I save them?
We have a standing agreement. If I find a sugar daddy, I will split the proceeds with you.
Yeah, but you didn't say the booty was money.
About to become his sugar daddy is the problem.
Also true. Listen, we did not specify the kind of booty. That was on you.
You're right.
Assuming that it was
you did
just
specify
butts.
the booty. So
It's
what
both.
did I know?
It's both.
Okay, fine.
Well, now that I've been murdered
by a kraken.
by the kraken, you can tell me all about the nice way you would send off your love in my obituary.
All right, first I need to say James Zio right spot on. This episode brought to you by Tentacles and Fairy Smut.
Not a sponsor.
No, hashtag not a sponsor. Okay.
Could be a sponsor if they call us.
Yes, that's true. All right, so my love of rum and why I say no. So what am I telling the story? What love am I doing now?
Well,
Come here.
Do you want the
Come here?
You
love
can
you.
have these back.
Oh my god! Come on.
Actually, here, let me
you.
put him here. So like.
Y'all, Violet Daisy is not responsible for any marriages or relationships that break up because of this game. TM.
Oh my goodness, no! I see. This is the fun of this. Like the teasing is just great. Okay, so what do you want me to do with love?
Tell me how much love you spill into my obituary.
Oh, the things I put into your obituary, like. Abby was this amazing human being that showed me the error of my ways, convinced me to start streaming on Twitch and be myself and do all these wonderful things, and I wouldn't be the person that I was without them, and now they're cracking food.
I actually will take that. Although I did read a very good obituary today, truthfully, and that's actually how I want.
Oh, what? Okay, complete segue. I have to ask. I want to know if it was the same one because I saw this on social media. Was it the guy in the Midwest that just
was like a
completely off the wall.
semi-professional truck driver,
Yes.
not to be confused with a professional
I saw that too.
semi-truck driver.
Oh my god!
I
Seriously,
was
So good.
dying
y'all,
this morning.
Google that obituary. It's absolutely
It
fantastic.
was so good. And like the fact that I was like, that is how, if I'm going to have an obituary written, I want it to like, I don't want this whole Abby was so great. No, Abby was a troll who lived off of like, and revolved their time around like the hockey season and what smut book was coming out. Don't lie and say I was a great, nice person, because that is not true.
Oh,
I told Ben I
goodness.
would haunt him if he did not give me as good of an obituary as that was. So
Yeah.
good.
I'm like, if I see that in the afterlife, I'm going to take the first train back here. Like, no, we're not playing that. That's a lie.
All right, let's see. Let's come up with a good one here.
Yeah,
kinda
throw
actually
me one
would-
to get it wrapped up. What happened? What has happened to the rest of us? Abby's dead.
I know.
That's
Abby's
It's such a
gone,
tragedy.
right?
I actually would be curious to play this with our kid to see just how screwed up.
I mean, we totally can.
I'd be
We've got
worried.
that. You know what? AnnaMaria, thank you very much for the inspiration. Yes, tell us what did happen at the wake.
All right. So you did put out this amazing obituary. Like all these people came. It was a fantastic wake. We celebrated Abby's life and their accomplishments and all the fun that they got up to and all the smut that they read. It was really moving. And then at the end of the wake, you broke out the 2 barrels of rum that you saved from the pirate ship. Unfortunately, unbeknownst to us, rival pirates had poisoned all the rum,
Oh no!
and everyone in the wake who drank rum sadly passed away.
Oh, what a way to
Yeah.
go out! Poisoned rum
at your life.
at my life partner's wake.
That's good. That's how I'd want you to go. I don't want you to live a very long life without me.
Great. So
And-
you're taken out by a kraken, and we're taken out with tainted rum.
Yep.
I've got tainted love in my head right now.
I know. Oh man, that's fantastic. So there you go, y'all. That's Epilogue in a nutshell.
I love it.
It is. You can play short. You can play long.
Yeah. So
You can add more cards in if you want to. If you've got a little time limit
Because I'm
because you're
12 years
waiting on
old.
it. I love this as a waiting game. As
Yeah.
somebody didn't show up for it. someone
Sorry,
didn't
I
show
just like
up one
looked at the
time, we're
cards
just
and I was
gonna play
like,
a little
that
bit.
part. Yeah, I like it
or
that
the evening is it's a little late. Everybody's a little drunk and probably can't pay
Yes.
anything heavy. This is a great game to play during that time.
I was just gonna say, I feel like this would be great for like when you are just a little too blitz farty.
there you go, party.
Farty.
It's
And
a
you
party
just, like,
party.
Yep, party.
You want to just have fun and like giggle with your friends. Kind of the equivalent. See, party.
There you go. See, look, you're
Party.
still having fun with it.
Yeah, it's like that. What was it? The Neanderthal where we're smacking each other at Thanksgiving.
Oh,
like-
poetry for Neanderthals.
Yeah, like this
Yeah,
would
yeah,
be
yeah.
a good to like follow up after that, where we've already smacked each other and we're already cackling, and just like slap this down on the table and be like, and now we're gonna be responsible adults and make words like farty party.
We have heard every story possible. I've never heard, despite, that this only has 29 cards technically, I've never heard remotely the same story. I mean, Joe can speak to this, like at TCTC, we only had 5 cards plus the teaching cards. And yet the stories for them were so wildly diverse with just basically like 8 cards.
Absolutely. And oh my god, the amount of Batman and Batcave stories we started out with, and then just it went off so many directions from there. Like that was probably my favorite. Like more people always made bat because it was a simpler word, but yeah, everything from a baseball game to Michael Keaton in the Batcave and just all So good. And like I said at the beginning of the stream, I love the versatility of this. There's just so many possibilities, and I think you've got I think you have a dark horse hit on your hands.
Also, I feel
Thank
like
you.
it would be good for like trying to come up with words about yourself as someone who my least favorite question is like, so tell me about yourself. I would love to have that like in a group of like new gamers where you're like just trying to get to know each other and like feel each other out. Just be like, I'm a farty party. And then I don't have to think and like stare at
The
people for
idea of
20
that.
minutes. Like that
I
way.
too, I hate, oh, give me a bio.
Yeah. I'm
Who am
like, I would rather do anything.
You can post that
than
link again, AnnaMaria.
come up with things like that.
Oh,
And I say
thank you,
that
did it.
as someone who has an interview tomorrow, and I know that question's gonna come up, and so I'm like, I already have to like start thinking 12 plus hours in advance. What do I tell you about myself?
It's hard,
Besides,
I think
I'm a
this
farty
spawns a lot of
party.
things like similarly too. This is a good conversation starter.
Mhm.
This is a great game for folks that are kind of still getting to know each other. We've had a lot of new people since we moved up to Bellingham, and we've been meeting newer people at the game store and stuff. For our first couple of sessions, breaking out something like this helps you get to know someone's like quirky, weird imagination so fast,
Ooh, whip it out
and
on a
whether or
first
not you're going to be
date.
super compatible as friends.
Right? Yeah, again, just so many possibilities. You know what I would love to see this? I would love to see this used as like a group job interview, like icebreaker. That would be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious. I love that.
Right? Like again, so many possibilities.
I probably wouldn't get the job because I'd play farty party.
You play farty party,
And
exactly.
they'd be like, "You're not a good fit," and I'd be like, "Well, if you can't appreciate a good farty party, you are not a good fit
That's
for me."
what I was gonna
either."
say. Exactly. They're not firing you, you're firing them.
Exactly.
Yep, exactly. All right. Well, this has been absolutely amazing,
Yes.
y'all. So, AnnaMaria just put the link in chat again to the campaign. It is live now on Kickstarter. Back it if you have not. I mean,
Yes.
this is an amazing product and just so much value and so little cards. 29 cards, and you have an endless amount of fun
Yes.
in the palm of your hands.
I
Thank
don't
you.
even like
Thank you.
storytelling
I
stuff,
appreciate
and
y'all.
obviously,
Yeah, you know
I was
what?
into this.
When I first told you about this, you gave me like the look of disgust. You're like, "What are you making me do?"
Okay, well, to be fair, I like everybody on the team, but when it comes to storytelling, like Joe will tell you, I did not. The only reason I like lasted in the D&D campaign for as long as I did was it was COVID, and we were all online, and I'm pretty certain they didn't want to kick me out because they didn't have anybody else. And B, I mouthed off a few too many times, so then I just decided to make myself essentially mute for the safety of my team and my character.
You still had fun though.
We had a lot of fun, but yeah, I was like, I can't role play to save my life, and the DM would be like, "And what do you do?" And I'd be like, "I stand there quietly so I do not offend the queen again." And he's like, "Good idea." So I'm really bad at storytelling stuff, but this is actually fun because like it prompted me, like it wasn't like I had to wait, which was part of my problem with D&D. Like I'd get an idea and then like it would come around to me like 45 minutes later. I'm like, I don't even remember what I was thinking 30 seconds ago. Sorry, it's gone. But this one is like, it's enough where you can start to plan ahead, but then also like it allows for the leeway to like quick change. Because again, farty party is my new favorite thing.
Death by stealing
Everybody
from
needs
the
a little
Samasu
party.
Wild. Yeah. Anyway,
So
so
good,
this
y'all.
this has been amazing, AnnaMaria.
Yes.
Thank you for sending us this preview copy and letting us share Epilogue with the world. Again, go back it on Kickstarter.
Yes.
And how close are you to funding, or have you funded?
We are about halfway right now. We knew that it was going to be y'all. Discworld, which is my favorite IP of all time, also launched the exact same day we did.
Okay.
So, we're up against a behemoth, but it's a great game. Like I said, we're halfway already. We will fund and we will probably hit several of the stretch goals. So go check it out. I think it's absolutely play along with Discworld. Get Discworld and this and
Heck
play them
yes.
together.
Oh, how amazing would that be? Right? Like
I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
Who'd have thought that the little game y'all came up with gets played next to something huge like Discworld?
That would light my fire right there. That would be it. I wouldn't have to do another thing in my life. That's the peak right
Be
there.
like, complete. We're all
Yep,
good.
absolutely done. All right, again, AnnaMaria, thank you so much
Yes,
for your
thank
time
you.
and
Thank
letting
you
us
all
do this.
so much.
And we will be right back while we set up Reef and Ruins, and we'll show that off. So stick around, folks. We will be right
I
back.
enjoy that.
And stick around, folks.